From the heart of Philly, this is CBS News Philadelphia. Vice President Kamala Harris rallying supporters, making her case against former President Donald Trump and the major milestone she's now reached in her bid to become the Democratic Party's presidential nominee. We'll have a live report from Rehoboth Beach straight ahead.
Plus, the Republican ticket sitting down for their first interview since joining forces, what they now have to say about Kamala Harris as the choice for Democrats.
And it's a sticky and soggy start to the day after rain rolled through overnight. Now, Kate has her eye on our next round of showers and storms. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the news at 7. Streaming on CBS News Philadelphia and on Philly 57. I'm Jim Donovan.
And I'm Janelle Varela. Glad to have you with us this Tuesday morning. We're going to start with our next weather forecast with meteorologist Kate Bilo. Another soupy day on tap. Kate, good morning.
Good morning, Janelle and Jim. Yeah, waking up this morning, stepping outside, it is soupy all over again. The afternoon may not be as bad, but very quickly, we've got to track our next round of showers and storms, which really comes through tonight into tomorrow morning. So for today, these morning clouds will break up for a little more sunshine this afternoon. We get a bit of a west wind, which means the afternoon is feeling slightly less humid than this morning. Don't expect a huge reduction in humidity, but may feel a little bit better than yesterday. And nothing but an isolated shower or storm through the daylight hours. You can see the shore is starting off actually pretty nice, especially the further northern shore points. It's looking a little gloomy in Cape May right now, but up toward Ocean City, we've got some sun and blue sky. People out running on the boardwalk. Still cloudy in Bethlehem, and we're trying to brighten up a bit in Plymouth Meeting, but still looking pretty overcast. So storms came through last night. This disturbance is moving out, and as we widen out here, you can see there's a little bit of drier air right here that we'll get into this afternoon before our next round of showers and storms approaches tonight into tomorrow morning. So planning out your day, we start off with some cloud cover. We're in the 70s. It feels a little warmer, especially this afternoon with the higher humidity, but sunshine and relatively quiet conditions through the evening hours. Upper 80s, feeling like the low 90s. Get out today. It's not a bad pool day, not a bad beach day, but we'll start tomorrow with more rain and thunder. I'll time that out and tell you when the humidity really plummets. That's coming up with the full next weather forecast. Chandler, I'll send it over to you.
Thank you, Kate. Well, this morning we'll start off on the Ben Franklin Bridge here, drying out. That's the good news, and nothing to worry about on the Ben. It's our other area bridges where we're a bit busy. On the Walt, we have crews working eastbound where the right lane is blocked as you travel into Jersey. More construction remains on the Commodore Barry Bridge eastbound where the right lane is also closed. And lastly, the Delaware Memorial Bridge, we have crews working southbound there into Jersey. The right lane is blocked. So that's all the construction for our area bridges you're going to find. Into Jersey now, we'll travel in past the Ben Franklin Bridge starting at 676 to Federal Street. We have a water main break that has Admiral Wilson Boulevard partially blocked. The eastbound direction has one lane closed. That's the right lane there. And then traveling 676 southbound, right at that point, you will see the left lane is closed for water still in the roadway, Jim.
Thank you, Chandler. With Election Day just over 3 months away, we now know Kamala Harris has secured the support of enough Democratic delegates to become her party's presidential nominee.
And that news coming after Harris made a stop at what is now her campaign headquarters in Wilmington. CBS News Philadelphia's Josh Sanders live in Rehoboth Beach, where the president is this morning, to hear what's on the heart of voters there in Delaware. Josh, good morning.
Good morning, Janelle. Jim, good to be with you. A lot of momentum for the vice president as she now has, again, presumed to be the nominee going forward. Not only does she have delegates and endorsements, she has a lot of money. Her campaign says they've raised $81 million in 24 hours following President Biden announcing that he indeed intends to exit the race, paving the way for the vice president. Team Harris says that is a presidential record when it comes to money raised in a 24-hour span. Yesterday, the vice president visited her campaign headquarters in Wilmington, Delaware, as Harris met with staffers and toured the office, taking a call with the president. We asked voters about Harris now potentially being the nominee. Take a listen.
He meant a lot. He did a lot for the country, and I like what he did. I support what he did, and, you know, sad to see him step down, but glad to see that Kamala will be coming in, and I'm hoping that she will continue to do what he started.
It will be historical and something that I think I would love to see, absolutely love to see. I think she will represent America well. I think she has a very good background to do just that, her education, her training. I think she'll be excellent, actually. And I dare say to the Republicans, you got what you prayed for. You got it. We'll see how you like it.
And as President Biden prepares to leave Rehoboth this afternoon, he is expected to address the nation in the coming days. Janelle?
All right, we'll be watching Josh Sanders in Rehoboth Beach this morning. Thank you for that report, Josh. And of course, there's a lot of speculation about who Kamala Harris could choose as her running mate. Several names have been floated on the short list, including Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, who yesterday was in Pittsburgh announcing funding to combat climate pollution. When he was asked about if he's willing to serve as VP to Harris, Shapiro said he was not going to, quote, engage in hypotheticals.
The vice president has a deeply personal decision to make as to who she wants to run with, who she wants to govern with, and who she thinks is prepared to help her lead the nation.
The Pennsylvania delegation to the Democratic National Convention has unanimously endorsed Harris for president. The convention in Chicago kicks off on August 19th.
As we wait on the Democratic ticket to flush out, Fox News sat down with the two men who make up the Republican ticket. Our Ross DiMattei is live in the studio with that side of the story. Good morning, Ross.
Morning to you, Jim. This is the first time that former President Trump and his vice presidential pick, J.D. Vance, have sat down together for an interview since the Republican ticket was announced last week. That interview was shot before President Biden bowed out of the race, but the two did address several other topics, like why Trump picked Vance as his VP, as well as the assassination attempt on the former president's life. Let's start with J.D. Vance, who was on the campaign trail yesterday. He spoke at two different rallies, one in his hometown of Middletown, Ohio, and another in Virginia. And that's where he addressed the news about Biden bowing out and endorsing Kamala Harris. Vance criticized the Democratic Party, accusing its leadership of choosing the nominee themselves instead of appealing to voters.
Democrats are the ones who want to throw out 14 million ballots and not elect Kamala Harris, but select Kamala Harris. With a bunch of billionaires and Barack Obama and Nancy Pelosi making the decision instead of Democrat voters, it's disgraceful, and that's the threat to American democracy, that corruption and that broken process.
Meanwhile, former President Trump and Vance sat down with Fox News for their first interview together. The former president explained why he picked J.D. Vance as his running mate, and he also addressed some of the security concerns that nearly led to his assassination at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. Trump also called for an investigation into President Biden's doctors, accusing them of covering up his health from the American people.
You had people that lied to the American public, and I tell you what, you ought to take a look at his doctors, because his doctors keep giving him this wonderful report. I'm not a doctor, but I saw him the other day, was unable to get up the children's stairs going into Air Force One.
And former President Trump's expected to talk more about that major shakeup atop the Democratic ticket when he hosts a rally tomorrow night in Charlotte, North Carolina. Jim, back to you.
Thank you, Ross, for that update. Meanwhile, local GOP party leaders say President Biden's exit from the race has energized Republicans. Bucks County Republicans have now taken over as the majority party. Data provided by the county shows the GOP added a few thousand new voters to their roll since February. Ed Shepard, a member of the Republican committee in Doylestown, said he was taken aback by Biden's decision to drop out.
To do this on a Sunday on X, or I guess what used to be Twitter. Not even a press release, just, here's a post. He just didn't want to deal with it. And it's just so odd. But it seems like every week we're seeing something new and precedent setting here in this race.
Presidential election results for Bucks County show the last time a Republican candidate carried that county was back in 1988. And CBS News Philadelphia will be staying on top of the race from now until Election Day. We'll continue to cover the race from both sides of the aisle and bring you any updates when we have them on air and online at cbsphiladelphia.com.
Other news we're following for you here this morning, both Republican and Democratic lawmakers, they are demanding that the head of the Secret Service step down. Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheadle testified before the House Oversight Committee yesterday after widespread criticism that the agency did not properly prepare for former President Trump's rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. Cheadle said that the assassination attempt is the most significant operational failure at the Secret Service in decades.
There was a plan in place to provide overwatch, and we are still looking into responsibilities and who was going to provide overwatch. But the Secret Service in general, not speaking specifically to this incident, when we are providing overwatch, whether that be through counter snipers or other technology, prefer to have sterile rooftops.
Cheadle says she will stay on as director and will have a complete report on the assassination attempt within 2 months. Fallen retired firefighter Corey Comparator is being honored by lawmakers. Yesterday, U.S. Representative Mike Kelly introduced legislation to honor Comparator, who died as he was shielding his family from gunfire during the July 13th rally in Butler. More than 70 House members co-sponsored Kelly's resolution.
Former Philadelphia police officer Edsal Mendoza will spend 8 to 20 years in prison for shooting and killing 12-year-old Thomas Siderio back in 2022. Mendoza was sentenced in court yesterday. The former officer pleaded guilty to third-degree murder in the deadly shooting. It's alleged that Siderio was trying to get away from undercover officers at 18th and Barbera Streets in South Philly. Prosecutors say the boy was unarmed when Mendoza fired the deadly shot. CBS News Philadelphia is staying on top of a deadly mass shooting in West Philadelphia. Police say it all began with an argument. Shooting happened shortly after 2 Sunday morning at a block party on the 1200 block of North Alden Street. Police say a fight led to a gun battle where 3 people died. Several others were hurt. Mayor Parker visited that neighborhood yesterday.
We will not rest until every resident in every neighborhood feels safe.
2 people are still in the hospital. Mayor Parker says the block party was being held without a permit.